Serving 2 years for our nation, our country with blood, sweat and tears. We'll be marching on with pride and glory, because we love our land and want it to be free. From our boys to men, serving 2 years for our nation, our country with blood, sweat and tears. We'll be marching on with pride and glory, from BMT to POP to ORE. As a boy in Singapore, you gotta do your thing. Step up and serve the country, gotta do your thing. 5BX every morning has become a routine. Wonder why I gotta serve once I turn 18. From a head full of hair, we have to shave it all. Every time strength training, got a medicine ball. Suddenly introduced to my brand new wife, and I promised to protect her with my life. I trained so hard for my SOC, but I forgot to train for my IPP3. So my PC told me, wow, you damn unlucky, this week you have to stay back for RD. Now I can't book out, and I'm really damn scared. I'm just a recruit, so I really both get. But what's left to do is to carry on going for 2 years of our lives. Every day we are growing from our boys.
Hi guys, welcome to the video. As you guys can read, is QA tester after 5 days. I honestly never thought of being a QA tester for one thing, and literally life of a QA tester is hard, obvious. But at the end of the day, we still have to do our job and take this as a learning curve and activity for yourself. And imagine being with 30 different people in an office and you need to do QA testing, and it's a lot more difficult when the team leader is on board of your project and they will be checking on you continuously. But I honestly, being a QA tester is checking for introducing on day 1 and day 2. Day 1 and day 2 is testing out the game first for the first few days and supposedly okay condition. And day 3 you will be encountered with bugs. You will be requested to find bugs. Day 4 you will literally start to take screenshot where the bug at, which patient is this, and what is the quantity of this problem. QA tester is more of a job scope to. So what I did before QA testing was literally checking on Ubisoft, like how they do QA testing, and honestly quite a few big answer is we are nearly doing the same thing, but we are using the different tool, and the AAA title games are not validated here. If you are stuck with a AAA title game, then I would probably suggest you to go look what they are looking for. QA testing also will be introducing you to the game, that's for sure. And number 2, you'll receive the password and the game developer password. And number 3, you will receive tools that you require for this skill set, and you have to write in a report saying that what you are actually looking for, and you have to take note what number and things that is required on these particular slides. Probably in Ubisoft is way more different, but for me is slide 1, slide 2, slide 3. But I usually find the number that is affected and missing quite a few things, then we have to take note on that particular number and then key in the slides saying that missing wording at slide 5, missing wording at slide 20, or missing wording at slide 24. As a QA tester, it's very difficult, and now I understand why a lot of people want to run away from game testing, QA tester. But in a way, it's fun when you can work as a team Monday to Friday. But if you are working from home and your boss say that they're not working at Saturday, Sunday, you still can log in, but you definitely would want to time scope. Like, for example, you log in at 10 o'clock and say, hello guys, I'm working at this time. And then around 5 or 6 before 6 is a good suggestion to log off. But if you are required to work more than 6, would be 7 or 7:30, please alert them, tell them that you're working until that hour, so you can at least get some resting in the same time. And not everybody had the opportunity of working with the QA tester. It's like QA tester had direct contact with the human resource or the game team leader, and then the game team leader find out that, okay, this bug is there, then what we can do is write in the report and wait for them to legally fix or close the case. As a part-time game dev, I think it's kind of fun in a way that you're working from home and you can relax while the boss is not online. But in the same time, my experience as a QA tester was day one, I literally have no experience. Like, I don't know what to do. And day two, starting to get a little bit hectic and need to be measuring the production, and you have to know the knowledge of the game, like what's the game information and what is the what's called game technology. I mean, there's a lot of them, and obviously as a QA tester, I predict that we as a customer or consumer, we want that game to work and don't have a bug. That's the most logical one that I can find out, that I bought the game, I want this to be fixed, and I don't want to buy a game that's half broken or not working condition, and then the bigger boss will find you in a bigger problem, which we are not trying to do. But in any way, sometimes we missing some QA testing, we can missing some slot, like, okay, this is missing but the data entry is not there. So what I do is, particularly first day, second day, test out the game first. Day 3, ask them the data. Day 4, takes the screenshot installation folder, like for example Lightshot or something to do print screen. And then day 5, you have to take the report, like for example you found this bug and they require you to key in this Excel folder, and please mention like which slide is not active or which slide is missing wording or some other things that is required in the QA testing. I personally have no experience, but after day 5, literally frustration. Frustration for day 1, day 2 is not that much, but day 5 is technically do it on your own term. Like, honestly speaking, day 5 is much more relaxed because it's a Saturday. I usually don't work at Saturday, but okay, fine. QA testing can be more fun. And honestly, if you ask me, QA testing is really need to take it as a job, like very hardship job. But at the same time, as a QA tester, we also can play the game, and we don't really play the game. We just find the missing bug and we just place it in the folder. But if you have free time, like probably after 7 o'clock, and your boss is okay that you want to play the game or something, then just tell them and let them know that you are not doing any more game testing. You just want to play as a consumer. Then the approve or non-approve will be up to their standard. Different company have different policy, of course. And of course, very hard to mention is sometimes game dev there is two different platform. Most common platform, example tablet and phone. Two phone, Android and iPhone will be more acceptable for QA testing. If you are using a game tester for the phone division, and the phone have multiple functions, and literally tablets will be a better idea for Android because it's a bigger screen, 10-inch. What can you expect? But in the same time, is it compatible? As a QA tester, the most problem that I get is when I install a game, it's not compatible and it's not runnable, and literally it's so hard to find a very good phone and a good tablet to work with this game. So we need to make sure it's optimized and ready to ship out to the people that is working environment to know that the consumer product is okay. And is also bigger to answer that if you can't find any good phone and you're currently on a budget card, we usually go for emulator. That's also a game developer tool, but it's not everybody game developer tool. It's just that we are working through what we got, and we are currently doing all this at the best we can get. As a game developer, we always want our consumer to be happy and ready to play the game, no frustration. Game is optimized for the device and ready to be training the new people, new staff that the organization will need as a training tool. As our so-called company is a educational product, we do need to know what we are doing, and we are literally making sure that the report is accurate. And honestly, in my entire life, I never thought of being a QA tester again. Ubisoft, I worked as a game tester years ago, like maybe 3 years ago, 2018. But after that, we never thought about it. Literally, it's just multiple bugs was found back then at Ubisoft Singapore. But I give them the benefit of the doubt that the game never released. Probably it's scrapped or whatsoever, but I still see the website active for that game, and I still see people posting video about what happened to this game and why is it not launching. The QA tester for the game lead had left the Ubisoft community, and B, the game is so-called rip-off from the pirate, like Assassin's Creed franchises. And number 3 is very difficult to emulate the same simulation issue that you guys have. And it's also compared to our hardware. As a game developer, you definitely need a higher graphic card as an opportunity to win the possibility of finding a bug. And if you can invest in a monitor, like gaming monitor for 24-inch, 25-inch. As long as you got a very wide angle curved display, you can get your work done. And I also would want to point out that what you can do as a parent of a game tester student, be positive, be more alert to help your children optimize to what they are doing, and be aware of what they are doing online as a security measure. And obviously, here's another pro tip. For parental, you of course can join in your children to do the game testing. You can try to be a observer, like find out what is this and look at it as a free show and showcase to you as a private thing. But at my end, I wouldn't be able to show because we did sign the non-disclosure agreement, NDA. So definitely, I'm sorry. It's a private game and a lot of our information is very, 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 very private, so we cannot give. But there is opportunity that you can find outside, like there is some game developer, they don't mind like give some screenshot video or at least something to look at. But during QA testing we are not allowed. Even at Ubisoft back then at 2018, they also make us sign the NDA, like non-disclosure. Once you're selected for that one day, you are not allowed to share what game is this and what the game title, and all sort of information was not allowed, so no video footage as well. And pro tip for parental: if your son and children need help, please do not hesitate to help. And if your son is being like very confused what is going on, or literally something is bothering them, sit them down, talk to them, and make them laugh or something, be more positive as a parent. Because as a QA tester, we are obviously stressed, and we of course need more time to consume this number and logistic that we need to key in the report, and literally is mind bothering. So of course, we need to rest as well. Minimum hours of sleeping is 6 hours basic and 12 hours if possible is Saturday, Sunday, or technically 8 hours beforehand that you need to study as well. And of course, my scenario is way different because A, I got a mom in the United States, which is a lot more harder, and two, time difference, and three, a lot of confusing things going on, and it's very mind blowing. And number four, I would advise that if a parent can, try to keep a minimalistic, don't give too much stress and don't cause so much of an issue, don't cause any hiccups actually to the children, because the children will be so stressed they cannot concentrate at their work, which will cause majority of an issue that as a game trainee I wouldn't want to like face this kind of scenario, but sometimes it's a must, then we definitely have to sit down and talk. And as a streamer, if I'm allowed to share the game, I would definitely do that, but we did sign the NDA, so we definitely don't allow to do anything. But keep in big answer, as a parent, I would try to be positive and try to like have a idea to cheer your children, like tell them that yeah, you can do it, don't give up, and not necessary to give up, but sometimes also help them out sometime, like if they need help in some things that they can enclosure to you, find a way to go in, like talk to them, and probably they will give you more and more information throughout the project period. For our project, for the educational side, we only have 2 months, and that 2 months is very critical. Will affect us if we did not pass. So these 2 months, I do hope there's no hiccups, there's no fights, there's no nothing that will cause me to misstep and cause myself to be in bigger trouble. And obviously you can say the weather here is very hot. Literally 30 degrees, but it's raining and it's still hot. I'm sweating. And obviously, as a game developer, if you can, whoops, I probably need to think about that. Buy a fan. Literally buy a fan. Don't waste your budget card and get yourself a lousy fan. Buy a fan for your desktop and cool yourself down. So that's about it. And another tip, bonus tip, try to relax. Whenever there's some trouble in the game or you're facing family issue, please relax. Relax and try to resolve the issue if possible, or sit down and talk. As a army, we all said to lead, to overcome, and to be ready as much as we can. That's the officer cadet core and the core value. And you can see the shirt here is also sick to lead to overcome, and I can't remember the last one, but I'm pretty sure it's S. So that's best way to describe. So that's about it. But I will keep you guys posted once our progress is more handling to working side, then we will be able to give you more answers. So do expect more video like this, and of course there will be a new video coming out later on tonight, and it's a majority of a problem that came on my channel and come to me that I need to take action. So do keep you guys updated, and please make sure like our Facebook page, and please note all moderators have power on that page, so I do not want to cause majority of an issue to like find out who is banned on that channel, you know. Thank you very much for watching, and I do hope you guys have patience to understanding why QA testing is way more difficult than you think, and what parents can do and can't do. And if your parents don't understand, then probably it's best that keep the minimalistic, don't try to cause a major scene. So cheers guys, have a nice day, and stay positive and stay secure. As COVID-19 haven't gone, please wear a mask, and if you need to go out, please keep a one distance away from your friends or family. And if you want to go out, please make sure it's 2 people at a time, because there's a quality insurance. We need to keep our security throughout the army camp and multiple places as well. So I do hope you guys understand. It's not a hard feeling, but we are trying to keep ourselves secure. So cheers guys, have a nice day, bye bye.
Our boys to men, serving 2 years for our nation, our country with blood, sweat.